Have you ever been so desperate for a job that you ignored every warning sign to get your foot in the door? In today's world, where opportunities seem scarce and survival depends on income, how far would you go for a chance at success? But what if that golden opportunity came wrapped in something far more dangerous than you can ever imagine? Teni adjusted her blazer nervously as she stepped off the rickety bus. The scorching Lagos sun burned her skin, but she barely noticed. She was too focused on what the opportunity of a lifetime could be. A week ago, she had applied for a personal assistant role at Mexofair Consulting Agency, a reputable firm known for its international dealings. Today, she was finally called for an interview. With a degree in business administration and 2 years of job hunting under her belt, Teni was tired of rejection emails and unanswered applications. This interview felt like her last shot before despair took over completely. The building stood tall and imposing, its glass exterior gleaming under the midday sun. As she entered the lobby, the cool blast of air conditioning was a welcome relief. A well-dressed receptionist greeted her with a professional smile. "Good afternoon. How may I help you?" "I'm here for an interview with Mr. Femi Adisa," Teni said, her voice steady despite her pounding heart. The receptionist's smile widened slightly. "Please take a seat. He will be with you shortly." Teni nodded and sat down, clutching her leather file folder like a lifeline. After a few minutes, a well-built man in his late 40s approached. "Miss Teniola," he asked, his deep voice resonating with authority. "Yes, sir," she rose quickly. "Follow me." He led her down a long silent corridor into an elegantly furnished office. As she entered, she noticed how soundproof the room seemed. The thick walls muffled all outside noise. Something about the quietness unsettled her, but she brushed the thought aside. "I've reviewed your CV," Mr. Adisa began, his sharp eyes scanning her face. "You seem competent. Why should I hire you?" Teni launched into a rehearsed explanation about her skills, experience, and passion for administrative excellence. He listened intently, his expression unreadable. When she finished, he leaned back and said, "You are ambitious, I like that," scribbling something in his notebook. "But ambition isn't enough in this industry. You need to be adaptable, willing to make sacrifices." His tone had shifted, growing darker. Teni's unease deepened. "What kind of sacrifices?" she asked cautiously. He smiled coldly. "The type that proves loyalty." Before she could respond, the door opened behind her, and 2 intimidating men in black suits walked in. Panic surged through her veins. What's going on?" she stammered, rising from her seat. Mr. Adesa's expression turned predatory. "Sit down, Miss Teniola." Her legs trembled, but she stood her ground. I think there's been a mistake. I came for a job interview." The men blocked the only exit. "You are exactly where you are supposed to be," Adisa said smoothly. "We offer more than just jobs. We offer power, wealth, and influence, but only to those willing to earn it the hard way." Heart pounding, Teni realized she had walked into something far more sinister than a simple job interview. Would she escape before it was too late? or be consumed by the dark web of deceit she never saw coming. Teni's breath quickened as she assessed her surroundings. The two men blocking the door stood rigid, their faces void of emotion. Mr. Adisa watched her intently, like a lion savoring its prey. "I think there's been a misunderstanding," she managed, her voice shaky but determined. "I applied for an administrative role." Mr. Adisa chuckled, a low menacing sound. "You applied for an opportunity. The role you play depends entirely on how far you are willing to go." She clenched her fists, her mind racing. "I am not interested in anything illegal." His smile vanished. Illegal is such a limiting term. We deal in influence and control things far beyond your imagination. Teni inched backward, her eyes darting towards the door, but the men didn't budge. "Sit," Adisa commanded coldly. "I want to leave," she insisted, inching further back. She barely made it 2 steps before the guards blocking her path, grabbing her shoulders and forcing her back into the chair. "Let me go!" she screamed, struggling. Adisa rose slowly from his chair, adjusting his cufflinks with airing calm. "You are wasting energy, Miss Teniola. There is no escape unless I say so." Teni's chest heaved with fear, but she met his gaze defiantly. "People know I'm here. If anything happens to me, no one knows," he interrupted smoothly. "Your application was processed through our private portal. No records, no paper trail. You were selected for a reason." Teni's stomach twisted. She thought of her desperate late-night online job search, clicking through countless sketchy postings until she found Mexofair Consulting site. She never suspected it could be a trap. "Why me?" she whispered, her voice cracking. Adisa circled her slowly, like a predator toying with its prey. "You are intelligent, driven, and desperate. Desperation makes people easy to bold." Her heart pounded like a war drum. "What do you want from me?" He stopped behind her, leaning close to her ear. "Loyalty or silence." Suddenly, the door opened and a woman in a suit walked in. Tall, elegant, with piercing eyes. Her presence commanded attention, and even the guards stiffened slightly. "Adisa," she said sharply. "Is she the recruit?" "Potential recruit," he corrected, stepping back. "If she cooperates." The woman studied Teni with calculating intensity. "But she looks fragile. Are you sure she can handle our operations?" Teni seized the brief moment of distraction and sprang from the chair, driving her heel hard into the shin of the nearest guard. It caused in pain, stumbling backward. She charged towards the open door, but the second guard lunged, tackling her to the ground with brutal force. "Enough!" the woman shouted, crouching beside her. You have spirit. I respect that. But if you try to run again, I will have them break both your legs." Tears stung Teni's eyes, screaming for help within her. "Help her out," the woman ordered. The guards yanked Teni to her feet, holding her hands in a crushing grip. "Welcome to Mexofair's real business," the woman said friendly. "Compliance is rewarded. Rebellion is fatal." Teni sat alone in a dimly lit room. Her mind remained sharp, calculating every possible escape route. Suddenly, the door creaked open, and Adisa entered, holding a sleek tablet. "Wow, you've impressed Madame Bosse," he said, pacing slowly. Few survived their first encounter with her. Teni glared at him. "What do you want from me?" He smiled coldly. "A simple task. Just a simple task. Deliver a package to a secure location tonight. Do that, and you will earn our trust. Refuse, and we will make you disappear." Her heart pounded. Agreeing might buy her time. But what kind of package required such deadly secrecy? "I will do it," she lied, her voice steady. Adisa's grin widened. Smart girl." He handed her a sleek black duffel bag. "You have 4 hours," Adisa warned. "Fail, and your life ends." At exactly 5:30 p.m., Teni was shoved into a waiting car, flanked by 2 silent guards, one sitting by her and the other driving. As the car sped through the road, she mentally mapped the city, searching for a chance to escape. A moment came when the car stopped at the red light. The guard sitting beside her received a call from Adisa and was engrossed in the conversation. Teni knew it was the right time for her to escape. In a twinkle of an eye, she yanked the door handle, throwing herself onto the pavement. Pain shot through her knees, but she forced herself up and ran into the crowded, busy road, shouting, "Help me! They are trying to kill me! Help me!" "What?" the guard exclaimed. "Boss, please, I'll be right back." He hung up the call and tried to open the door. Just that moment, the light turned green and the other guard driving made a swift U-turn. He knew they had no other escape route than to follow the free road and speed as much as possible. "Why did you make a U-turn? Are you normal at all? We had to be after her," the guard shouted at the other guard driving. "This is the only option we have right now. Else, we would draw unwanted attention," the other guard replied. "Unwanted attention? So what will you tell the boss?" the guard asked aggressively, but got no response. Rather, the guard keeps driving on high speed. Teni spotted a police station a block away, summoning every ounce of strength and bursting through the station doors. She screamed, "Help me! Help me, please! They are trying to kill me! Help me!" Startled officers sprang into action, drawing their weapons. Breathless and shaking, Teni collapsed into the arms of a female officer. "You are safe now," the officer assured her firmly. But deep down, Teni knew the nightmare was far from over. She had escaped for now, but Megzofe never let its prey go easily. "Calm down, young lady," the officer said. "You are safe now, you are safe. Calm down. Can you narrate to us what happened, so we can put your statements in black and white?" Teni gave a heavy sigh. She managed to narrate her experience to the woman. "See what a job interview has done to me. I'm no longer myself. Please save me from these people. They will be after me, please," she said, breathing fast and sweating profusely. "Job interview? At Megzofe Consulting, right?" the female officer said. Yes, ma," Teni nodded sharply. "Do you know them?" Not really. The name sounds familiar. We heard that the firm is deadly," the officer said reluctantly. The female officer made a suspicious glance at the other 2 officers standing at the counter. They all work hand in hand with Megzofe Consulting Agency. They have been their first-hand informants and guards for several years. They have succeeded in returning any prey that managed to escape from Megzofe's trap back to the building countless times. And now they've gotten another prey that must be returned without any delay. Teni observed the gestures among the officers. She knew she is not safe yet. She became restless, but made it unknown to them. Her mind strategizing a smart means to escape from the cycle of her predators. She checked her wristwatch. It was 6:26 p.m. With a pretense of sympathetic face, Teni turned to the female officer and said, "Please, ma, is it possible I go with you to the building to arrest these evil people? And one more thing, please, can I sit there for a while to get myself back? I'm really exhausted." "Oh, good, good, very good. You can go with us and we are free to sit there and get some cool breeze. We will leave by 7 p.m. the female officer said gladly. She thought she had made it easier for them to return her to Mexofair. "Do you care for water?"
"Yes, ma. Yes, please. I'm highly grateful. Thank you so much, ma,"
Teni said. The female officer ordered one of the officers to get a table of water for her. Teni sat outside the station, sipping the water slowly and staring at the officers partially to avoid any suspect. The female officer walked to the other officers at the counter and started a conversation in low voices. Teni stood up quietly and swiftly walked to the nearest bus stop. She got home at 7:38 p.m. Weak and exhausted. She rushed to the bedroom for a cool shower. Right there, she began to reflect on her favor-filled day and thank God for His grace. Just then, she paused suddenly.
"Ah, my folder! Oh no, my folder!"
She realized her folder was still with Mexofair Consulting, and she could easily be trapped with her information in it. She began to shiver. Very early the following day, forgetting her body pain and bruises, she packed her essentials to leave for Yobe State to stay with one of her aunties and also changed her mobile contacts. Since then, Teni had been afraid to apply for online jobs. She neither traveled nor established an outdoor or online business. She abandoned her career and settled for petty indoor businesses. Mexofair Consulting Agency had left in her a fear that she struggled to leave. Kindly reach out to Teni to encourage her.
Hello, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, kindly give it a big thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. And remember to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our amazing stories. Also, if you enjoy it, share it. Do not enjoy it alone and leave a comment. Until next time, bye.